Welcome to my video on weighted average calculation with an example. So what is a weighted average? It's a type of mean where each value contributes differently. In a regular average, each values are equally weighted. Like we take the example of what's the average of 5, 10, and 15? Well, we take 5 plus 10 plus 15, that's equal to 30. There's 3 elements, divide 30 by 3, that's 10. Now in this case, the weighted average, some values count more than others. So we've got these weighting factors. So you would have to know the 5, 10, the 15, and the weights associated with it. One may be 2, 3, and 1, or some ratio. An example would be like on homework and calculating your final grade. The final grade might count 50% of your grade. Well, the homework average might only count 20%. So the formula for calculating the weighted average is equal to the summation of all the individual elements times their weights divided by the sum of the weights, where x of I is each individual value, w of I is the weight of each value, and then so this is the summation, this is this numerator here, and then this is the summation of all the weights. That's the denominator. So there's our general formula. So the process is this: you multiply each value by its weight, add up all the weighted values, and divide by the sum of the weights. So there's your process. Let's do an example. The first example is the teacher at the beginning of the year tells the students that, okay, here's how the grades are going to work. First of all, your homework is going to count 20% of your grade, the quizzes are 30%, and then your final exam is 50% of your final grade. So here's one of the students, what he ended up getting. His homework, he got an 85% at the end of the year. The quizzes, he got a 90%. And then the final exam, he got an 80 on that. So that's 80%. Now these are just calculated your normal averages, but they have a weighting factor associated with them right here. So there's your X's, 1, 2, 3, and there's your weighting factors. So let's go through the process and calculate what the student's final grade would be. So in this example, the homework counted 20% of the grade, got an 85% on his homeworks, got a 17. That's the weight times the number. That's just what that is right here. So this is the first number. It's not the final answer. It's just part of the process. So the quizzes, got a 90 on the quizzes. They counted 30% of the grade. That gives a 27. Now the final exam counted the most, 50%. 80 times 50 is 40. That's our number there. So now let's add these up. So 17 plus 27 plus 40 is equal to 84. Now if we calculate the sum of the weights, so 0.2 times 0.3 is 0.5 plus 0.5, that's going to be equal to 1. So the sum of the weights is just equal to 1 in this case. So it's 84 divided by 1, just equal to 84. So our student there got an 84 and he's all smiles, so that's great. Well, I hope you got something out of this video and learned a little about weighted averages and how to calculate them and where they can be used sometimes. If you did, give me a like, thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, and thank you for watching.